After years of hardship following a wrongful shooting by operatives of the Department of State Service, a Sokoto state-based businessman has been paid with 10 million naira court-ordered compensation and gifted another 10 million naira by the DG of the Secret Service, Adeola Ajayi, to rebuild his life. The Eagle Online recalls that the incident occurred in the early hours of April 2, 2016 as the DSS raided his residence in Jos, Plateau State. The operatives mistook him for a suspected gun runner who shared the same last name with him. During the raid, they shot him in the thigh before later realizing their mistake. Despite a 2018 court ruling ordering the DSS to compensate him with 10 million naira for the violation of his fundamental rights, justice was delayed for years. However, on March 15, 2025, the agency finally paid the compensation. In a surprising turn, Ajayi added another 10 million naira as a goodwill gesture to help the businessman rebuild his life. Recounting the harrowing experience, the businessman, who requested anonymity due to security concerns, said the operatives arrived at his apartment around 4:30 a.m. He said they banged on my neighbor's doors asking for someone with my name. When they found me, I told them my full name, but they didn't believe me. Before I could explain further, they shot me in the thigh. After realizing their mistake, the operatives rushed him to the Jos University Teaching Hospital, but abandoned him there. Later that day, they arrested the actual suspect and transferred him to Abuja. Tragically, the businessman's suffering had only just begun. Left untreated due to a doctor's strike, he was eventually moved to a military hospital. The injuries, coupled with financial struggles, forced him to relocate to Sokoto State with his family. Life took a devastating turn for the businessman after the incident. He lost his capital, his thriving fertilizer business, and became deeply indebted. Unable to keep up with rent, he was evicted from his home. In Sokoto, things worsened. Between 2019 and 2020, he lost 2 young children to malaria and typhoid, illnesses that could have been prevented with better healthcare access. My 1-year-old daughter passed away in 2019, and in 2020, my 6-year-old also died from the same illness, he recounted, his voice breaking. Once financially stable with over 5 million naira in business capital, he had to take loans amounting to 8.7 million naira just to survive. The bulk of his DSS compensation has now gone into repaying those debts, with the remaining funds set aside to revive his business. Determined to seek justice, the businessman, through his lawyer Akibu Idris, sued the DSS in 2016. After 2 years of legal delays, the Federal High Court in Botched ruled in his favor in February 2018, ordering the agency to pay 10 million naira in damages for violating his fundamental rights. However, rather than comply, the DSS appealed the ruling, further prolonging the businessman's ordeal. In 2019, the Court of Appeal in Jos dismissed the agency's appeal after it failed to follow through on necessary court procedures. Following the appellate's victory, Idris prepared to file a lawsuit to enforce the judgment debts. Instead, he opted to appeal directly to the Attorney General's office, a move that led to the recent breakthrough. After an internal review, the DSS agreed to pay the court-ordered 10 million naira, and in an unexpected show of goodwill, Ajayi personally added another 10 million naira. A DSS insider confirmed that apart from the compensation, the businessman was given access to the agency's medical facilities for further treatment. He was a victim of mistaken identity, shot in the lower limb to prevent escape during a raid, the insider revealed, adding that medical assessments confirmed that while the wound has healed externally, he still suffers from mobility issues. The businessman, who still struggles to walk, plans to relocate his family back to Jos and restart his business. Despite years of suffering, the businessman expressed gratitude to the DSS Director General for his kindness. He said, "May Allah bless him. It was my destiny to go through this, but I will never forget the people who stood by me, especially my lawyer." Idris, who handled the case pro bono, praised the DSS leadership for setting a precedent for accountability and justice in Nigeria. This decision will boost public confidence in the judiciary and law enforcement, he said. As he looks forward to a fresh start, The businessman hopes his story will inspire greater accountability among security agencies, ensuring that innocent citizens never suffer the same fate. Reporting this is Whimsical Amy. Please do well to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.